Hey, welcome back to OzFx, and today we're going to go through another trade breakdown. We're going to be continuing the trade that I took on USDCAD. Well, we're not going to be continuing the trade, we're just going to be continuing the trend pretty much. We're just going to hop right into it, and as you can see, I have all my drawings hidden at the moment, but we're going to start out on the daily. And as you can see, higher highs, higher lows. This high is higher than this high, this low is higher than this. This low is lower than this low right here. Now we drop down to the 4 hour, right? Same thing. High, low, high, low. We are bullish, and ultimately this zone is still open down here. You could argue that this right here was mitigated, the top of this wick, because this is where the move down began to start. Some people are going to get mad at me for looking at an order block like this, but hey, that's how I look at it. Anyways, let's move on down to the 1 hour, right? So let's pull my drawings back up. And if you watched my previous video, you can see that this was a trade that I took off of this order block right here, this move all the way up to here, and then we came back down into this order block right here, this one that I just marked right there. I will draw it out with a box just in case you can't see that right there, that order block, but we're not going to leave it on. And we were playing around inside here all day yesterday during Asia, and I just wanted to see what it was going to do. I figured it was going to consolidate, but I wanted to know what it was really going to do. And then right in here is where it consolidated. I would draw a box around the consolidation right there. You could say that is the entire consolidation. And then we had a breakout, right? So I looked at that breakout right there as a break of structure. Right here, this line is what I was waiting for to be taken out, and ultimately we took it out, got a break of structure right here, and then we retraced back. And as you can see, this is where my trade actually landed, but let me go down to the lower time frame to show you why I really got into this trade. Obviously, you see that there's this break of structure continuing off of a previous order block, so that's the reason my eyes were even drawn to this in the first place, just continuing plays off of previous order blocks, continuing with the trend, basically going on an institutional order flow basis. But to see what really happened here, we got to go down to a lower time frame, and I don't believe it was even the 5 minute. I mean, you can kind of see down there what was going on, but I believe I actually went down to the 1 minute to find my order block that I was going to enter on, and I'll explain why I drew it like this whenever we get there. All right, so right here we are, and this is that area that I was looking at. This is that consolidation before the breakout. As you can see, I got this high noted here. That's the high that I had noted, one of the ones that I was waiting on to be broken through, right? And as you can see, you got this last down candle here before the up move. I know there's some other little candles in here, but I'm basically looking at this entire down move here, but I refined it down to this area down here. And you could argue that this wick right here tapped in, or that this even tapped in, but the way I look at order blocks is you need a break of structure to consider there an order block to be valid, and this is what you would have needed to break in order to have an order block and to have all the mitigations count, in my opinion. Like, a mitigation does not count unless there was a break of structure before that happened. So this is that order block. Now let's go back out to the 5 minutes so that I can show you around a little bit better. Back over here. Okay, so down here, this is that order block, and as you can see, it came right into it, tapped right into it to the pip. I even had a little bit of padding on there, but I did not even need it. It literally tapped right into it perfectly. And as you're looking at this, I'm sure you're looking at it and you're thinking, man, you missed half of the profit. And yes, sir, I did. And while it would have been amazing to catch the rest of this, I still caught my 1 to 5, and that's all I needed. And I was into the market, and I was out before 7 o'clock in the morning. Did not have to look at the market again the rest of the day. I was able to go on about my day knowing I made my goal and did not have to give the market back anything at all, right? So when you look at this, I had a really tight stop loss. It was only 6.5 pips, and we banked about 33 pips. So 33 pips banked to hit a 1 to 5, and risking 0.5%, that is 2.5%. So that is really good. Let's pull this up a little bit, see what it would have actually ran to. It would have ran to a 1 to almost 12, a 1 to 11.5. Yes, I wish I would have held, but let's just be real. I didn't, and I'm not going to pretend that I did hold it. And why did I not hold it? Well, because of the way my life is right now, I have to get up in the morning, look at the market, and decide what I want to do, because I can't watch my computer during the London session, and that's my session that I trade. And so I seen we had this break of structure going up. I felt that the market was going to continue going up, and it did. So I set a pending here. I had my stop loss here, had my order here, and I had a take profit up here. I had my take profit here because I was like, it could come easily right here to this order block sitting right here. This one, I was like, it could easily come here and reverse the other way, and I just wasn't going to be able to watch it, so that's what I did. And it worked. It worked out as a success. Now, there's another entry here that you could have taken afterwards, and I kind of wish I would have looked at the market. I seen this afterwards after I got home. So let's go back out to the 15 minutes so that you can see this a little bit better, because it's institutional order flow at its finest, and I hope you learned something from this. You can probably already see it if you studied smart money at all. So what we have here is we got this retracement down into my entry, and then we broke structure again. And every time we break structure, that's grounds for another trade. We want a break of structure and then a retracement back to some kind of order block for an entry. But so we broke structure here, and what do we have left behind down here? We got an order block that looks very big, right? But you could have refined it down to here, or you could have even taken the 50%, which is probably down here, but you wouldn't have been triggered in. So let's just say you used the body of the candle just for this representation. It came right into it, wicked right in, and this entry wouldn't have been as good. Let's say you had your entry right here just for the hell of it. Let's say you caught the top. Another 1 to 3 stacked on top wouldn't have been bad, but we didn't get that. But yeah, guys, there's a little breakdown of my trade. There's everything that I did, and there's also something that I could have done better thrown in there as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.